Jordan Mailata is an absolute stud. Still stinks. Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Ding back here. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Boom, boom, boom. Double moonwalk on the Atlanta Falcons' ass is right around the corner because preseason is over. It is over. Thank God it is over. Tonight, the Eagles ended their preseason as they beat the New York Jets 10-9 in a snooze fest, in a sloppy game, which, you know, for all intents and purposes, week 4 of the preseason is usually like that, especially second half. It's usually the slowest, most dragged out game. This was no exception at all. So first of all, let me thank everybody who joined me in this live stream, not only tonight, but all preseason so far. You guys have been great. I've had so much fun hanging out with you guys, and I really appreciate it. You know, it's just an honor to have you guys there, and I want to say thank you. And also, don't forget, next Thursday, we're doing this for real. Next Thursday, it's for real. It counts. Eagles, Falcons. I cannot wait, as the Eagles are going to have the banner raised. It's going to be awesome. Now, as far as this game tonight goes, I'm not going to talk too long on it because it was a sloppy week 4 of the preseason game. Tomorrow I will be putting out my 53-man roster, and we'll talk more in detail who I think won a job tonight and this preseason. But I do want to talk about a couple guys, okay? I got to talk about a couple guys. Now, I'm going to talk about my number 1 star of the night and maybe my star of the entire preseason, the guy who could possibly be, and I know this is going to be crazy to say, but I think he could be the steal of the draft. And I'm not talking about Dallas Goedert. I'm talking about Jordan Mailata. How the hell does this guy play so good when he's only played like 3 or 4 games ever? The guy never put on pads before he came over, and he is doing a great job at left tackle. This guy is got tons of talent. He's a stud. He's a stud. Everybody else stinks. I love this guy. This guy is the real deal. He has got to make this team. He's going to make this team. And I think that the sky's the limit in terms of his talent and his ability. Can you imagine in a couple years how good this guy could be? If he has good work ethic, he pushes himself and he really commits to playing, I think he could be the Eagles' future left tackle, no doubt about it. I'm just so impressed with him. I mean, he's just come so far in such a quick time. I mean, I remember the first preseason game he had, and you know, he made mistakes right off the bat. He's doing such a good job, and he's my number 1 star tonight. He is my lock to make this team. He could be one of the steals of the draft. I cannot believe the Eagles found this guy and this talent in the draft of the 7th round. It's unbelievable. So he was really like my highlight of the night, my number 1 star. Well, actually, to be honest, if you want me to be honest, my highlight of the night was Carson Wentz practicing before the game and moving around. He looks like he's 100%. He was happy. He was smiling, and I believe because he's getting cleared. I believe he will be cleared. I believe he's playing. I'm putting Carson Wentz of having an 85% chance to play week 1. I really believe it. But that was my highlight. But Jordan Mailata, as far as who played, he's my number 1 star tonight. DeAndre Carter had a couple nice catches too. I think he was really good. He also plays good special teams. And I think that DeAndre Carter made this team tonight. Now, I was talking about putting him on the practice squad, but they were saying during the game that he doesn't have any practice squad eligibility left, so he has to make the team or he gets cut. I think he made the team tonight, no doubt about it. Josh Adams, I thought he was, look, he wasn't that great tonight, but I really think and feel that he had no help in front of him. I thought that the offensive line didn't push, didn't open any holes, and he really kind of struggled tonight. And then, let's face it, Hackenberg stinks. Joe Callahan stinks. And when they're your quarterback, you can kind of key on the running backs. But, I think overall, and I'll talk more about this tomorrow, I still think he has a really good shot to make this team. I thought Matt Jones of all people, was the best running back at the end of the night. But it is what it is. So I would say DeAndre Carter, Jordan Mailata are definitely one of my favorite guys of the night. Jordan Mailata by far. By far. I want to say, Jeremy Reeves, I really like the way this kid played. I like the way he played tonight. He had a penalty call on him, I think. But you know what? I like his aggressiveness. I was impressed with him tonight. So he's another one of my guys that I really, really liked. So it's going to be interesting. But when I talk about the three guys that I think the Eagles have to keep, I said Jordan Mailata, Josh Adams, and DeAndre Carter. I think you still have to keep all three. And I believe after tonight and what happened tonight, I believe the Eagles will keep those three. Now, the Eagles did win at the end. Joe Callahan, he won the game with like 18 seconds left or something like that. The Eagles win 10-9, but it was just a sloppy, ugly game. And you know what? That's preseason, especially preseason week 4. I'm glad it's over. Now I turn my attention to the Atlanta Falcons. It's almost time to double moonwalk that ass. And it's ready to go because week 1, the Eagles, Falcons, I'm ready to take them out. I can't wait. 1 week to go. And you know what? Be sure to check out the video tomorrow with me and Adrian. Shout out to Adrian from Bitter Birds. We're going to do a Bitter Dingbats and we're going to go over our 53-man roster and we'll talk about who we think makes this team. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat. I love Jordan Mailata.